Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the game changer, Wes Troop. And well, it's that time again. It's time for another re-release into theaters. And this one is celebrating its 15th anniversary. That's right, hard to believe, but this movie is wild. Let's just put that out there. And it's being re-released very limited in very few cities. Surprisingly, it's coming to my city. How about that? So I figured I would go ahead and review this movie. I haven't reviewed it on here yet. So sit back, relax, and check out my review of the 2001 sci-fi thriller, drama, it's a little bit of everything. Here's my review of Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko is a troubled teen whose world changes drastically one night when he's summoned out of his bedroom by a figure dressed in a rabbit costume named Frank, who tells him the world will end in 28 days. While Donnie is out of the house, a jet engine crashes into his room, allowing him to cheat death. As the days close in, Frank talks Donnie into making some surprising and even violent choices, which will hopefully change the future. So what did I think of Donnie Darko? I thought it's a brilliantly bizarre sci-fi drama. First off, this is a very complex and confusing, mind-bending film that very easily warrants a second viewing to piece together more of the puzzle. And of course, this is something that many people will either love or hate. This is a very intriguing movie that had me quickly researching other people's interpretations or what ideas they took away from it. At first, you begin to wonder if Donnie is just crazy and that Frank the Rabbit is in his head, but then it becomes more obvious there's a lot more going on here. Time traveling comes into play as one of Donnie's teachers loans him a book written by the town's resident kooky lady who once was a science teacher. The film dives into alternate dimensions and throws around terms such as tangent universe, living receiver, and more. All of these buzzwords might have you scratching your head at first, but I feel the film does a fine job explaining the terms and how they come into play in the story. Speaking of the story, it's certainly very creative and unique, and keeps you guessing what could possibly be coming next. Seeing the man in the rabbit costume, which could easily haunt viewers' nightmares, is interesting, as he talks Donnie into flooding the school by taking an axe to their water main and even starting a fire. The teen even begins a romance with a new student, which is surprisingly charming. I liked how every little decision the characters make affect what will happen in the actual future. The movie's atmosphere and tone is pitch perfect, and there are a number of haunting shots, including a very effective final montage set to the song Mad World. The cast does fantastic work, starring Jake Gyllenhaal as Donnie Darko, the high school student told the world is going to end in less than a month and tries to do what he's told to change the fate. Jenna Malone as Gretchen Ross, Donnie's girlfriend who moved to the town with her mother to escape their violent stepfather. Mary McDonnell and Holmes Osborne as Rose and Edward, Donnie's parents worried about their son's behavior. Drew Barrymore as Karen, Donnie's English teacher in trouble for having the students read a book that some parents found offensive. Patrick Swayze as Jim Cunningham, a self-help guru. Maggie Gyllenhaal as Elizabeth, Donnie's older sister, which is a cool thing to see, the actual brother and sister duo together. And James Duvall as Frank Anderson, the man in the rabbit costume who gives Donnie some shocking ideas. Donnie Darko is a cult classic that keeps you thinking long after the credits roll and makes you want to watch it again. I'm going to give it the rating of A-List approved. That's right, it gets the A-List seal of approval. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westsci515. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTrueBaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WestAlist. Until next time, Troop out.